Hello, good evening, everybody. We are MTech CB students, and our group members are Aman Srivastav, Akansha Jarwal, Amethi Priya, and Himanshi Gar. So we have performed our OOPD project on CB, ACP design and prediction. So first of all, the database that we are using is the SQL local database. As we can see over here, we don't have any database created in the SQL. So these are the libraries that we are using. And for profiling, we use this cProfile and pstats libraries. First of all, we have the part of database connection because we want to connect to the SQL database. So in this database connection part, we have a class named dbcon, in which we have different functions such as set credentials. This function named create server connection, it creates the connection with the server, and create db connection function, which creates a connection with the database. So as it was OOPD, so we have used the process of encapsulation by encapsulating certain variables. Also for exceptional handling, we have used the try and except thing. And next is database creation using query. So in this, we have used the class db manager, which inherits the dbcon class, and we get the we have different functions. First function is create database function, which creates a database. Similarly, different functions such as execute query function, which executes the SQL query, and load data, which loads the data into the database. So now we have to access the database using objects. So we create over here a dbc named object, which creates a connection with the server. And next, what we do is we create a database, and then we create a connection with the database. Previously, there was no database. Now we can see that ACP detection named database has been created with no tables. Next, what we have to do is we have to create a table in the database to store the sample records. So we have created a table in the database named samples. So this is the table now with the name samples. Okay. So till here we have created the connection with the database, and we have created different tables. Now Amethi will continue from here.
For reading the FASTA files, we have got two files. And for that, we have read both FASTA files containing positive and negative data set, which gave to us. For data preprocessing step. For data preprocessing, we have created a class preprocess with a function preprocess. Using those, we have data preprocess for loading the samples in SQL table. We have called the object dbm and db connection, and then data was loaded. Then using the database, all samples have been fetched. Once the query was being successful, we have converted all the data to data frame and then loaded to the P features. After that, we have preprocessed using a standard scaler. After preprocessing, we have selected the feature using a variation threshold. For that, we have set the threshold limit to 1. The feature which is above 1 is selected. To remove those missing values which have been found in data, we have calculated mean of data frame. And then we have replaced those NA values with the mean value. Once it has been replaced, we have splitted the dataset using a train and test split function. With those functions, we have segregated training size of 70% and test size of 30%. Over to Himanshi.
Okay, so basically for choosing the best model for our data prediction, we have used different ensemble classifiers. So first one was our decision tree classifier, in which we have prepared a class for decision tree classifier model, in which we have a variable, and we have assigned some value to that. Then we have fitted our training and test data to the model for training purpose, and then it will return some value that would be stored in that variable. Then we have predicted the values for our test data set over the trained model, and it will gives us the output in the binary format. Finally, we have predicted the accuracy of our model using accuracy score function and F1 score values using our F1 score function. Then coming towards our next classifier, that is our random forest classifier, in which we have created a class called random forest model class, in which we have the variables and assign values to that. Then again, we have fitted our train and test data over it, and it will return some value for that, for predicted value. Then we have used that predicted model over our test data for getting the output in binary format. And then we have used we have used the accuracy score function and F1 score function for getting the accuracy and F1 values of our trained model. Then we have created a confusion matrix of our data, and then we have calculated all the FPR and TPR values. Then we have used those TPR and FPR values to get the AUC score of our model, as the random forest model was the one that have gave us good accuracy for our data. So we have used that model for our AUC ROC curve. Then we have plotted that our AUC ROC curve for our data. Over to Akanksha.
So we have plotted the AUC ROC curve using our data false positive and for true positive. We get the area under the curve is 90.3, and here we create a class of confusion matrix in which we define a method called confusion matrix and calculate our accuracy, misclassification, sensitivity, specificity, and precision with F1 score. So we created a object mat. With the object mat, we call the confusion matrix class. And here are the results of true positives are 51, true negatives are 58, false positive are 18, and false negative are 8. Finally, we have the specificity and sensitivity, which comes out 0.86 and 0.76. At the end, we have to do the saving the values to the database. We created a table named the result, in which we stored our final data from the final data before loading to the database. Now, after pre-processing the data, we load the database in the final database. And in the last, we have the profiling code in which we import our.
Yeah, so basically the profiling code ends over here. So final work was to process the results and then load it into the database. So this was our overall code. These are the outputs of our code.
After profiling code, we get these results in which we run these much functions in 30 seconds, 786 milliseconds. These are the results which we get. This is too long file. Now we move towards our README file in which we summarize our code. We have stated our problem. We have stated libraries which we use, classes, database which we use. We use FASTA format as an input file, and all the steps which we used while doing our project code. We also mentioned our results in this: true positive, true negatives, accuracy. For the package, for creating the package, we formed init Python file which is empty, our code, the license file in .txt file, that is, and the setup.py file in which we mentioned our group number. version which we are using, the name of the group members as author, description. Now to create WHL file, we write some commands here, that is python setup.py isdist bdist underscore WHEEL. We enter it. Yeah, it's working. After you can see three new folders here, build, dist, and group 40 with the name of a group project. In the dist folder, you can see WHL file folder with its extension. In the white box, you can see that. And in the next, you also can get the tar.gz folder. This is how our WHL file form, and we have done with packaging. Over to Amit.
Okay, for Doxygen, we need to select. This is the window which will show in Doxygen. First, we have to specify the working directory. For that, I am selecting the working directory in downloads in OOPD as a working directory. After that, I'm renaming the project name as OOPD. And then I'm selecting the source code. Here I have put already a code. After that, for destination output, I have already created the folder with output, so that I have selected that. For desired extraction mode, I am selecting all entities, and then for output, I just need a plain HTML, so I'm removing latex from here. After that, I'm leaving as default for diagram. For export, there is nothing to do with here, so that I'm giving input. Here in input, for input pattern, since .py is not there, I'm adding here, and then I'm choosing .py. I'm going to run Doxygen. It's running. It's on. So you can see the HTML output. It will take a few minutes to show. Okay. This is what the HTML output which we got in namespace. This is the main page. In namespace, we got in OOPD project. These are the DB objects and DB manager. Your class list. These are the public attributes. Here is the function documentations. Here is the member data documentations. This is the table which I have created. False positive, false negatives, matrix results, true positives and true negatives. This is for the confusion matrix. Next, files. From this files, we got this much classes, this much variables, and these are the lists and these are the tuples. Finally, we are checking in that output file in HTML, PNG format, SVG format, and HTML format, JS format, everything has been stored. This is what we got from Doxygen.
So this folder we have created with the outputs file, which are requirement for the project submission. We have package in which we have the WHL file. Here it is. now, and readme file, setup file, and our code too. After that, we go back to our folder in which we have the oxygen file, profiling report, and UML class diagram. So here it is, our UML class diagram, in which we have created some classes. DB connection is a class in which these are some attributes which we used, and these are some methods. This class is inherited by the DB manager class, and other these classes are connected, associated with these classes. Data preprocessor, data load. For the ML modeling, we use these two classes, decision tree classifier model and random forest model. For the result representation, we use confusion matrix class. So by this, we finished our project successfully. Thank you so much.